Antonio Conte is an Italian professional football manager and former player. He has managed several top European clubs such as Juventus, Chelsea and Inter Milan. He's known for his passion for the game and his distinctive looks. Conte's hairstyle has become iconic and it has been the subject of some light-hearted jokes too. In the past 15 years, Conte has had 3 hair transplants. The success and efficacy of his treatments still divide fans to this day. 3 hair transplants with the same method, but 3 different results.
You can tell what you want, but I'm a serial winner.
Hi, I'm Janos from HairPalace Hair Clinic, and as a patient coordinator I have accompanied the treatment of more than 1,500 patients in the past 5 years. Today we will talk about Antonio Conte's hair loss journey. Antonio Conte quickly became known for his incredible talent on the pitch. He captained Juventus during their historical run in 92-93 and helped the Italian Giants win 5 Serie A titles. He also played a huge role in the Italian national team during the 94 World Cup and the year 2000 Euros. At the start of his career, in 88, he had a full head of hair. Unfortunately, his good hair days didn't last long. Despite all of this success, it's clear that Conte has had hair loss issues for a very long time. He was photographed with severe hair loss on numerous occasions back in the 90s, despite only being in his 20s. Around 1993 and 94, he already had a visibly thinner patch on the top of his head. He retained a stronger hairline for a while, but eventually it also started to thin. It appears that the star was suffering from male pattern baldness. This is a condition that affects millions of men all over the world. The main reason behind this type of hair loss is a hormone called DHT. DHT attaches to certain receptors found on the scalp and slowly begins to shrink hair follicles. Over years, this process eventually leaves hair follicles unable to produce new hair and leads to bald patches. What starts out as a receding hairline can quickly turn into full-blown baldness all across the scalp. It seems like Conte was bothered by his condition, as photos captured during the 2000 Champions League saw the defender sport thicker locks. Conte is believed to have had at least 3 surgeries in the past 2 decades. His first 2 procedures were done in his native Italy in the early 2000s. But it seems like he found the long-term result less than ideal. While his early results looked promising, his hair loss quickly regained the upper hand. He was seen with thinning hair once again only a few years after his initial procedures. His 3rd surgery is said to have taken place in Canada at a clinic in Vancouver in 2008. It seems that his hair loss stopped, so his latest hair transplant has finally achieved the dense and stylish look he likely dreamed of for years. His first 2 procedures were done with the FUT technique. This is where the surgeon removes a strip of skin from the back of the head to harvest hair follicles. The surgeon then implants the follicles into the affected areas. However, this technique creates a large linear scar across the donor area. We could see Conte's FUT scar in photos, and it seems that it runs across the back from ear to ear. This indicates that he had a larger amount of grafts extracted. These scars sometimes can limit the donor area and reduce the chance of having an additional hair transplant. Thankfully, this wasn't the case for Conte, as he had still a decent amount of eligible donor hairs left. There is not much information available about his 3rd procedure in Vancouver. It could have been done with the FUE technique, but it was likely another FUT session. FUT was popular in the early 2000s because it was a more efficient way to perform hair transplants than other methods that were available at the time. However, FUT has since been largely replaced by newer, more advanced techniques, such as FUE, which is follicular unit extraction, which is a less invasive and more precise method of hair transplantation. This involves extracting individual follicles from the donor area, usually at the back of the head. The follicles are then transplanted into the recipient area, usually at the front of the head. The advantage of this technique is that it does not leave a large linear scar and the recovery is much quicker and comfortable. Conte has admitted that he was inspired to undergo the hair transplant by a number of his former players who had undergone similar procedures. He has also revealed that he was convinced to do it by his wife, who, he says, was worried about his appearance. The transplant itself was a success and Conte has been pleased with the results. His hairline looks much fuller and healthier now than it did before. He has also said that he is happy with the natural-looking results, which is something that he was concerned about. Conte's hair transplant is an example of how hair loss can be treated effectively. Although the procedure is not suitable for everyone, it can be an effective way to restore a full head of hair. He has spoken openly about his own experience, and this has encouraged many of his fans to take a closer look at their own hair loss. What do you think about Conte's results? Would you be satisfied with the results he achieved? Leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel. We post new videos every week so you can take a look at success stories and learn more about hair restoration methods that can help you overcome hair loss once and for all. Thank you for watching.